What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome to the week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We're back again, talking all the week's strangest news from around the world. And as always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Sean Mean. Sean, how is it going?
We're talking strangest news, are we?
Strangest news? I didn't want to repeat weird news.
Well, I mean, but then, Connor, I think there's a difference between weird and strange.
Are you attacking my syntax?
I will attack your syntax until the end of time, my friend.
Every day, every minute.
He's always listening.
So this is weird news, Sean, or strange news, depending on where you are. Sean, what do we do here?
You spent the week gathering all of the strangest news stories from around the world. And you're about to read them out to me. I've not heard any of these stories, so we're going to have a little bit of a chit-chat about how mental the world is, but for funny reasons.
For funny reasons. We're just, obviously at the minute everybody is in lockdown. Everyone's kind of feeling a bit cabin fever, maybe a bit claustrophobic. So hopefully we just bring you an hour of just there's still stupid people in the world. Somewhere in the world somebody's doing something.
There's two of them here.
There's two of them here to tell you about them. It takes one to know one, Sean. We are the ones we're the middlemen.
Yeah, we're the middle management of the idiocy world.
You have to have a foot in both camps to truly understand both camps. So, this week, Sean, we are starting Weird News Wednesday with a heist.
A heist?
A heist of the century. Now, I read this, and this, I think, is definitely in the top one or two of my favourite stories this week, because, and so I wanted to tell you this, it's like Ocean's 13 if Ocean's 13 was about wine.
Oh, I am invested in this.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, I think I've built it up too much. Man climbs under moving big rig truck filled with wine, begins drinking from tank while it's on the highway.
What the fuck? A big rig?
Yeah, a big rig.
Like multiple, like 18 wheels?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Yeah, it's a wine heist like you've never seen before, which implies somebody has seen a wine heist once before.
Is it? No. The thing is, what's he going to do once he gets into the truck?
See, you think, what's he going to do? Well, he's going to drink, Sean. He's going to drink.
Yeah,
because
there's a limit to how much you can drink.
How much wine? How much of sweet, sweet wine? Like, one glass normally gets people a bit feeling good, but what if a big rig, like litres of wine, fell onto your face?
How many casks of wine
can I take before I die? Get a bit frisky. So, the Modesto CHP arrested Gabriel Marino after he allegedly jumped on a moving tanker truck carrying bulk red wine, climbed under its belly to unscrew a valve, and drank the wine as the truck travelled up Highway 99.
Everyone's favourite highway.
Yes.
That's high speed, though.
It is.
I need to see a video of this.
Video of the wild ride was recorded on the Cherokee Freight Line's tanker truck Marino allegedly targeted. The dashcam video first shows Marino in a sedan, putting his hazard lights on and directing the truck to the side of the highway. The truck driver pulls over, believing he may have a mechanical problem, only to see Marino get out of with only his underwear on. Right?
Oh, Jesus, okay.
It's getting free. He's already on the wine. Jesus, there now. The camera shows Marino running to the passenger side of the truck and out of view. As the truck driver pulls back onto the freeway, another onboard camera captures Marino jump back into view, then on the back of the wine truck.
Okay, so he lures him to the side of the road.
Yeah.
Hops out of his car, hides at the truck, and then jumps onto the truck as the truck driver drives away. Yeah,
as the truck driver's like, okay, well, I guess there's no problem. So he just jumps out, and he just pulls out of that parking spot at the side of the highway, and then, unbeknownst to him, like, Moreno's in the back. He's hiding. He's hanging on.
But, like a gremlin. Like
gremlin,
claw on the side of the truck.
And when he looks at me, like, points his finger at him like the monkey in Family Guy. No, he what he did though, aerodynamic wise, Sean, is very smart. You just turn up in underwear. you can't get caught in the breeze if you got nothing on.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Also, if you have to jump out of the truck or if you fall off, that way you don't get like bits of fabric stuck in your skin. It's just straight asphalt.
I never considered that, but you're right. Nobody wants fabric touching their skin. What you want is stones. Stones lodged in places
gravel.
You didn't even know you had places.
Imagine how filthy tyres are. That's just going to kill any germs on the road.
So, with no shirt and no shoes, he rides on the side of the tanker as it's driving down the highway. The video then shows him climb underneath the truck as it hits freeway speeds. That's when the driver noticed a dashboard gauge showing he was losing fluids. Hundreds of gallons of wine.
Oh my god. So there's a tap underneath, is there?
Yes, just a big tap. And you just like, you bring up your little glass and you just pour it out. But he left that tap on.
Just he was guzzling, my friend. He was guzzling that wine.
Straight up, like Barney in The Simpsons, he was just straight up guzzling. Just hook it to my veins, he said.
And, like, what if he had an elaborate hose system rigged up? That it went back into his truck.
Oh no.
But then, someone climbed on the side of that truck.
Where'd you get that? Wine truck? Just fell off a wine truck.
Where'd you get that wine truck?
Oh, I just fell off another wine. Do you have any grease? That's just what this reminds me of. That grease me up woman.
This is just the Simpsons reference section of the podcast.
Yeah. I've listened to thousands and thousands of calls, said the Modesto CHP officer Tom Olsen. This one's up there in the top 10. The truck driver allegedly found Moreno in an unusual position, as if being on the truck as it was driving was not unusual enough.
That is fairly unusual for a passenger.
I would never travel underneath a truck if I'm travelling in a truck.
That's a fair opinion, Connor. That's your decision to make. Don't let anyone tell you any different.
Your friend is like, here, come on, look, I'll give you a lift. And you just like start walking over to his truck and you just get underneath the middle bit. He's like, there's a passenger seat here.
It's a 3-seater.
I don't understand. So Moreno had unscrewed a valve underneath the truck as it was travelling north on the highway. That sent the tanker's wine gushing and Moreno gulping as much as he could while the truck drove.
Jesus. Fuck me. And all the while at like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, but if once you have to, like, I don't know how much wine it would take you to forget how fast you were travelling.
If anything, you'd reach a point where everything would be really, really fast.
Anyway, it'd just be fine.
Yeah, and then after that, it's like, suddenly you just wake up at home.
See, to me, right, if you're going to try and attempt one of these heights, I think you need a lot of, I don't know, mental dexterity, okay? So you're holding on to things, and you're like, if you're underneath that truck, you're like, you must be, I don't know, inches away from the road. You're driving along at 100 miles an hour, you're like, I cannot let my skin touch this, because I know I don't like fabric, but I think those stones look kind of sharp. So, he's holding on, and he must have manoeuvred a way to be able to reach under and drink the wine, but at some point, you have to be afraid you're going to start losing the grip. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because you're losing focus the whole time.
Every second that passes, more focus is lost.
But also, every second that passes, the guy driving the truck realises something's going on.
Yes.
So then, it's like this weird intersect. There's a perfect level of time where you have all the mental acuity you need to continue the operation. The driver hasn't noticed, and your grip strength is like at its peak. Yeah,
but at that point it's only downhill. It's absolutely only downhill.
That's as good as this plan can possibly be.
Because this either ends with him maybe dying from wine overdose or collapsing onto the road while piss drunk and probably getting ran over.
Yeah, because no one's going to expect someone to fall from under a truck in front of them. Like, whoever's behind him is in for a nasty shock.
Yeah, like, there's no part... Surely when he's devising this plan, there's no getaway scheme. How do you get out of there?
Yeah, like unless he's planning to like go directly to the source of the wine.
Take me to the vineyard.
But also, the truck presumably is coming from the vineyard.
Because it's full. It would have to be coming from a place that's full of wine.
So he's just on his way to a bottling plant.
Yeah, he is. He's just going to be bottled.
It's going to be like a weird Willy Wonka situation.
And he placed himself under the tanker in such a manner. Sorry, the individual was able to release the wine from under the tanker, and he placed himself underneath the tanker in such a manner. The best way to describe this was somebody doing like snow angels. So he's hanging on with his feet and his arms in a snow angel formation.
Just guzzling wine.
Wine.
Oh my, that's not the Christmas I remember.
How desperate for a bit of the sup do you have to be, Sean?
Oh, now, Connor, let's not hold this against this man. All right.
I think he might have a problem. I know it's a big call, but I think if your drinking gets to the stage where you're like, I'm gagging for a drink, but there's only one way to do this, and that's to get onto that tanker underneath it, and as it drives down the highway, and try and drink as much as I can before I inevitably probably die.
Well, like, the pubs are closed, right? So
True.
You just needs must, you know.
I'm sure they still sell wine in shops.
Look, but it's not the same as getting it straight from that metal tap under a truck.
Yeah, that's pure raw wine. That's unfiltered by.
That's how the Romans intended it to be.
And I'd say that would probably be higher in alcohol quantity.
I might be.
I don't know.
I don't know enough about wine to correct you or assist you.
I own a few vineyards, but I leave that to the underlings to sort out. Like,
you're all about the money management.
Yeah, I just want to see what's coming in, coming out. I don't care about the ins and outs of what happens.
Look, the process of making wine is clearly the least important part of wine.
I'm pretty positive somebody said that to me once. Jesus. I think Jesus said that once.
Just there's a man who knew his wine.
The trucking company says that they lost about 1,000 gallons of red wine, most of it ending up on Highway 99. That is enough to fill about 5,000 bottles of red wine.
Fucking hell. Fuck me, okay.
That's a lot of wine.
They lost 1,000 gallons.
Yeah.
Okay.
997 of it is in that man. The other 3 gallons are on the road.
Yeah, no, it's just left in the tap. Like, it's not even... They just technically can't sell it.
Like, how much could you even drink, though? Like, I was trying to figure this out logically. If you were hanging there, like, if there's 1,000 gallons gone, I'm sure a lot of it is on the road. A good 900 and something, I'm assuming. But even a gallon of wine, just a 1 gallon, if it went into him.
Like, I don't know. Because, like, remember you were a kid, have you ever tried to, like, drink from a hose?
Yeah.
And it's just, you're getting nowhere, but there's a load of water going on you.
It's just like, it's in your mouth, it's down your cheeks. He would just be covered in red wine.
That's ridiculous. I found a list here. This is a Google search I never thought I'd have to make, but it's saying about $35 a gallon for this particular wine. Right. Okay. So if we do that by 35 times 1,000 is, Connor, $35,000 of wine. He wasted $35,000 of wine just by doing this heist, which I have never heard of something like this happening while it's driving. Yeah, you could conceivably set it up that, like, because he had the truck stopped at one point. He had the means, he had the motive, it was all there. If he only had a friend with him, then he could have stopped the truck, got the truck driver over and been like, here, can you fix my car? While he's, swallowed the spark plug or something. And then the friend gets under the truck, jacks into the wine, fills up the boot.
I don't think this was about Jack and wine, though. I think he just wanted a drink.
Just he was thirsty all of a sudden.
The only reason he'd need that friend is like, here, look, give me your keys. You're not driving home. There's no point. Jez, you're in no state.
I'd rather throw you under a truck than let you drive.
I like how he arrived with no clothes on. Like, he came ready.
Yeah, save for his underwear.
Smart. He gets out and he's like, yeah, no, this is the perfect outfit for this kind of job. Streamlined,
easy to clean.
Yeah.
If it's red wine, that's going to ruin any clothes he's wearing.
Absolutely. And like, you don't want red wine, it'd be staining you. So he's thinking ahead. He's like, I like my clothes as much as I like my bit of vino.
Almost as much.
So I think, Sean, we're going to move on to our next news story. Now, I was up in the air about including this story because sometimes a story is just silly. And
yes,
it depends what mood I'm in if I throw in a silly one. But I just think this just made me giggle on a very, very fundamental way. And the next headline I have is, fugitive caught after blowing his cover with fart.
What? How? What's gone so wrong there?
A wanted man who hid in bushes in an attempt to evade police blew his cover when he loudly farted.
Oh, it's a classic move.
It's classic. Oh fuck, I forgot a pun. Last story, I thought that was a great plan. Okay, we're moving on.
Very good.
Like shit. But this guy blew his cover with a fart when the police were out looking for him, right? So, this article, by the way, is... I think you'll like the way it's written. You'll very quickly pick up on what the author was trying to put off. Realising officers on the scent were closing in, the suspect had fled into the woodland area near Nottinghamshire. His location remained a mystery. It was up in the air, Sean. They could never find them, right? Until they heard a noise, believed to be the sound of someone breaking wind.
Believed to be. Could be different.
Could have been anything. It's a lion. Oh no. He was arrested alongside another suspect who had been found hiding behind a fireplace in a nearby home. Which
lucky escape.
Lucky if you go in there, he's going up in flames.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The whole place is going up in flames.
Absolutely. One of the pursuing officers said, "This might be one of my favourite quotes ever uttered by an actual human." He said, "I was almost out of wind running, but luckily he still had some."
Very good. He workshopped that with the lads beforehand.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. But I heard him letting rip, and I followed the noises to a bush, said the police officer. Nottinghamshire police said a 35-year-old man was arrested. He was arrested after he failed to appear in court, so that's why he was on the run for. Sean, where do you think he went wrong? Is it just a case of the police are cracking down on this type of crime?
Oh, very good. Look, it's...
It's a bit cheeky now to do that. Are you saying I'm full of hot air?
Oh, look. Literally the only thing coming to my mind is saying, whoopee, like a whoopee cushion.
My favourite movie is Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg.
Is she? Oh, she's in Ghost, yeah.
She got an Oscar for Ghost. How dare you?
We all got an Oscar for Ghost.
We're all in Ghost, man. Come on.
We're all ghosts.
Living ghosts.
We're pre-ghost.
We're pre-ghost. Everybody's either dead, or you're either a ghost or you're pre-ghost. There's no alive.
No one's alive.
So, Sean, what do you think of his I like to think that the hiding spot was perfect as well. Like, it was the best hiding spot ever. And he's just sitting there and he's like, oh, fuck. Should I do it? Yeah, and you have to have that conversation with yourself. It's like, right.
You need to trust that fart. Like, you need to know exactly what you're in for.
You need to trust that. Now, fart, I'm trusting you here. Right, we're in the shit.
Don't
literally.
fuck this up for both of us.
I just want you. A nice quiet one would be fine. I'd even take a slightly, but if you have one that gives my position away here, that the police officers have to have a stop and look around, how loud must it have been for them to go, fuck, did anyone hear that?
Presumably it was like outside and there was, traffic and stuff.
He said he was in the woods.
Well, even birds and shit, they do be singing.
Do you think he tried to like throw them off the scent? He like a really loud fart. He was like, caw.
Just like he did the deed, and then he was just like, "Hey, boo boo, don't do that."
Yeah. I will else hear that shitting bird. Jeez, he was fucking loud.
Just fucking birds these days.
What are they feeding them birds? He's like having a full conversation. The police are just looking at him like, stop talking. We know where you are.
It's a very simple story.
But but I think it's effective.
It is, and it accomplishes what we set out to do, which was have a bit of a laugh.
If you're 11, this is the best story that's ever happened.
Yes. Yeah. And even if you're like 6.
Even 6. But like, if imagine him in jail and they're like, what are you in for? Takes a long, slow drag. You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Then he releases a long, slow drag.
No, takes it.
Oh.
And then he just looks at him and is like, the weather that day was a bit windy now. Just to let you know. It was just set the scene.
I was in a bush.
In a bush. It was windy and not from the weather. Sean, all you've come up with is Whoopi from Ghost here.
Dude, I'm at nothing, honestly. I'm not able to, alright?
This is the one that you're like, no, I'm pulling out of this one. This is not right.
It's not fair. I can't be expected to come up with genius puns all the time. Yeah,
that is true. And actually, none of the time.
Well,
expected is a strong word.
That's not nice.
I love when I get a That means I got him. That means I got him when I couldn't.
That means you like silenced me.
Okay, we're going to move on to our next piece of weird news, and that is a senior studying animation spent 8 weeks of quarantine training the squirrels in her backyard to eat from a miniature tea set.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Is this an Instagram thing?
It's not an Instagram thing, but I have read her what's the word? Like project, I suppose. Like it's online.
Okay.
I have downloaded some of the images and I can send them to you over WhatsApp right now if you'd like.
Oh Jesus! What fucking level of technology is this?
This is be able to send images over the internet. What is this?
Not in my town.
Okay, I have 2. Okay, one is even a GIF. Actually, both of them are GIFs. Or a GIF, if you want to, as the kids are calling it.
Or if you want to say it wrong, yes.
If you want to say it wrong, it's a GIF. So they're sending there now. We'll wait. But I have Lumi Barron, a senior at the CMU School of Photography, is not letting this quarantine get in between her and her passing grade. She has used her time off to train and capture squirrels in her backyard to pose for multiple shots and videos that she is using in her college photography project.
That's amazing.
Yes. The project is inspired by children's book illustrations of animals picnicking together in the forest, and is a continuation of the same project from earlier this semester that she had done. The squirrels perform uniquely human activities, such as reading and baking. They eat from tables with teapots and snack on bagels in their kitchens. Or bagels, if you want to say it wrong. Their choices of activities are meant to mirror how we spend our time during this quarantine.
That's, like, it's honestly, look it up. Just, if you probably Google, like, squirrels eating human. Actually, don't Google that.
That's a different website. Squirrels eating human. Yeah, that's a good one.
There's like little tiny cutlery and there's a tiny donut and It's all so small. It's all squirrel-sized.
It's all squirrel-sized. Who would have predicted? So, as I said, this was inspired by book illustrations, and I have a quote from the woman. She says her key materials for this project, because she had to write her key materials in her project. And This is what she said. For the span of this project, to train and film the squirrels, I have exhausted the 8-pound bag of squirrel food, 2 bags of walnuts, 4.5 apples, some carrots here and there, trying to offer healthier options. They are getting chunky.
Alright, don't shame the squirrels.
A full bar of Jif peanut butter, or GIF if you want to say it wrong.
I actually think it is Jif.
Is it? And half a bar of fancy Costco peanut butter, which they significantly like less than Jif. I have also accumulated a cast of 8 repeating visitor squirrels, and in the last week an additional 5 squirrels just out of the nest. So altogether she has 13 squirrels posing for her little photo shoots.
It's like, squirrels are smart, aren't they? Like, we've heard about trained squirrels before on this show.
True. A woman trained squirrels to attack her ex-husband at any possible opportunity.
Which is still... It's a level of hatred that we've not yet matched.
Once again, every time that story gets brought up, imagine after the 7th attack and he's just like, why do I keep getting attacked by squirrels?
Surely it's not... No.
Is it me? It can't be me.
Not me, gentle Dan.
So, what do you think of this project? I think that a lot of work has gone into this. She has squirrels doing all of the normal things. Also, the squirrel names for each photo is amazing. They have, like, them baking. There's one of them reading a little book. Them making bagels. There was one that was called Staying at Home with the Kids. And it was just a squirrel who was stressed out.
That's very creative. Like that, and it's so, I can't get over it because there's so much fucking unnecessary detail put into it. I mean, the whole thing is unnecessary if you really want to think about it.
All of it is unnecessary, but also this is what quarantine has done for everyone.
Yeah, and this is one of the best things to come out of it.
We now have a little photo shoot with a bunch of squirrels, and this is a project that I think she deserves an A on.
Oh, at least an A, if not higher.
What's higher than an A by any chance?
An A plus.
Oh, sorry, an A plus.
That doesn't exist. Stop being ridiculous.
Well, maybe for you, maybe for the lesser people.
All right.
Oh no. Eventually, Sean, you're going to get me with a good one, and it's going to really hurt me.
I'm too kind. That's my problem.
No, what'll happen is, like, I poke you enough, and then you'll, like, say something actually viciously mean.
I'll just
your parents don't even love you. It's like, alright.
Alright, didn't need to fucking say that, but...
Okay, we're going to move on to our next news story. And literally, I just wanted that last story because I wanted to send you the picture of those squirrels.
And thank you for sending me those pictures.
Yeah. Naked newlyweds chased thief down street.
What did he steal?
A newlywed couple who were enjoying an afternoon of each other's company were rudely interrupted on Saturday by a would-be thief sneaking into their home through the open back door. When Sandra Scott crept out of the bedroom to investigate about 3 p.m, she noticed a man making off with the keys to her car, which was parked at the front of their home. She yelled out to her husband, Jim Rice, for help. I like it if she said Jim Rice, full name. Jim Rice! Jim Rice! Jim Rice! I'm your husband, Sandra. Just fucking call me Jim.
Mr. Rice. Sorry.
Mr. Rice. Senor Rice. Mr. Rice for help. And before they knew it, they were shouting at a rather big bloke in the driver's seat, all while both completely naked.
But, so they were both completely naked and he was in the... I mean, it is their house. They can do what they want.
They can do what they want, Sean. And it was... See, now here's the thing. It was about 3 p.m, which is more suspicious.
Well, look, they're newlyweds.
Look, it's well known that you don't get dressed until at least the second year of marriage. That's well known.
That's the only way to do it.
That's the only way. So, Mr. Rice, as Sandra calls him, I'm assuming, said they ran around in circles looking for clothes for about 10 seconds before giving up and making a run for the front of the house to stop the burglar from stealing their car.
I mean, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, there's that
I hope they're not
like, fuck.
Yeah, I hope they're not new to that neighbourhood.
It's funny you say that. Oh no, they're new and nude to that neighbourhood.
Oh, very good.
So we ran out the front door. The car was parked in front of the house in the driveway. I opened the door and discovered a rather big bloke was in the driver's seat, he told the news in Australia. We just started screaming at him as loudly as we could, non-stop, to get out. And this is the bit of the article. Up until this point I'm just like, this is weird. But this, he told us to shush.
Shush. There's not a more disrespectful way to tell someone to be quiet.
I don't think you should ever listen to people who are naked screaming at you. They're normally the crazy people in any story.
Look, I'm not going to argue with that, but also, these people were in their house.
Yeah, to be fair. He told us to shush, and we stopped and thought, what are we doing? And then resumed screaming.
Well, yeah, because he's stealing their fucking car.
I like how they had the moment like, are we in the wrong?
I mean, we do. If you were to look at this situation, you'd say we were in the wrong.
Yeah, like this man is just trying to go to work, and we're just naked screaming at him.
We're in his house.
We're in his house, and this is his car. Just, when does that... Like, in that moment, I suppose that would work. Like, you're in that moment of panic, you're just like screaming, oh my god, and you're not thinking straight. And the guy is just completely cool, calm and collected, and just looks at you, puts his finger to his lips, and is just like, shh. And you're just like, fuck, maybe I am in the wrong.
Calm down, children.
Oh, maybe I'm just being a bit wild now, sorry. No, you're dead right, I'm overreacting.
Time to go find some clothes and get a job.
Mr. Rice said the man then had the nerve to ask the couple if they would give him a lift.
The nerve.
Which they sternly refused before demanding the keys to the car back. He gave the car keys back and we asked if he'd taken anything else. And he said, nope. Mr.
Nope.
Rice said,
I'll be on my way.
Who is the thief here? Like, he seems just very chill.
He does seem quite relaxed. Which is, I suppose, is good in his line of work.
Yeah, he walked into the back door, took the car keys, walked out to the car, and these two naked people have come chase them. He's just looked, completely calm, gave them the old shush signal. They've kind of calmed down. He's like, thank fuck, bit of peace and quiet now. Now I can pull out of this driveway.
No, I can get on with my work.
Suddenly they start taking the keys off him, and he's like, here lads, I won these fair and square there about 10 seconds ago.
I thought we had a deal.
We had a deal that we didn't talk about, but I read it in your eyes. Like, it was a verbal agreement.
I'm very good like that.
Yeah. And could you give me a lift though? Like, there has to be that moment where he's like, fuck, I need a lift home now. Shit.
I love if he was just like, okay, fine, you can have your car back. Just drop me to my work and I'll be gone.
They're like, why? You have nothing on us. Sure, I'm in the car, aren't I?
You have nothing on yourselves, lads.
Yeah. So he then gets out of the car, asks for a lift home. They sternly refuse, which I think it's bad luck for them, Sean. You know what I mean? I mean, the man was asking politely for a lift home. And
then they just said, no, sir.
He's tired from all the robbing.
Oh, he's wrecked, so he is.
He's absolutely wrecked. I mean, long day at the robbing factory. So the couple had gone from a complete state of relaxation to unbelievable chaos in seconds. Mr. Rice said, adding, this is where it gets weird, he was grateful the incident didn't unfold 10 minutes earlier. Now, that's all it says in that regard. But right. I think they were playing Cluedo.
Do you think so now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, it was Mr. Rice in the kitchen with the pipe.
With the condom. Fortunately, they have been able to see the funny side of their experience, having now met their neighbours properly after 6 months of living across the road without talking to them.
Jesus, lads.
Yes, this is the first time the neighbours have seen them just as themselves.
Now imagine, like, middle of quarantine, you look out and you just see 2 of your neighbours who you've never spoken to chasing a car naked down the road.
You're like, leave that man alone, he's going to work.
You never even came over to say hello. 6 months ago was Christmas. Shouldn't you not do a card or something?
Even just to say hello. Yeah, just the odd hello and have your clothes on. Rule 1.
Maybe.
Is that an iffy now? It depends, I suppose. Depends how you look.
Well, it could rhyme with iffy.
Oh. Like, I think if you're proud of yourself and you've done well, I think go no clothes. Introduce yourself that way.
How are you, lads?
How are you, lads? How are you, lads? Sorry, my face is up here. Just to let you know.
I know. Look, lads, I don't blame you.
I don't blame you as much as the next man, but at the same time, bit of fucking respect. I'm here to say hello. Welcome to the neighbourhood.
I'm not a piece of meat.
So, I'm just, Sean, I don't want to put you in this situation, right?
Oh God, right.
But there's 2 ways I could ask this question. 1, you can be Mr. Rice. Or 2, you can be this robber who just thought he was going into a normal house and then eventually got chased down by 2 naked people until he had to stop.
So who do I want to be is what you're saying?
Who do you want to be?
I mean, Mr. Rice has, like, a mortgage, so maybe Mr. Rice.
Okay. So you're Mr. Rice. You're stark naked. Even... See, I think shoes and no other clothes is actually weirder than nothing on.
Yeah. Because shoes implies you had time to prepare something.
Yeah, you had time to do something and you didn't feel the rest of it was important.
Yeah, you specifically chose, no, I want to protect my feet.
Yes.
I'm fine with everything else.
I'm proud of it. Look at me. Don't look at me like a piece of meat. Come on now. So he somehow figured out a way to get in through the back door, an open back door, by the way, 3 p.m. and they're just having a fun time. Newlyweds, they don't get dressed, and then they have to have that moment where they're like, "There's a man stealing the car." Well, this is not an opportune time for that.
This could literally not have happened at a worse moment. Well,
he says 10 minutes earlier would have been worse, which maybe the Cluedo was getting to like a fever pitch at that point.
Oh, do you think it was a hot game of Cluedo?
A hot game of Cluedo, yes. They played it on lava.
Can you play strip Cluedo?
No. I don't think you can play... Well, how do you do that? Like, if you pick the right murderer?
Or if you pick the wrong murderer?
Wrong murderer, you lose a sock.
Or your life?
Yeah, that's the trade-off. It's actually... it's Russian roulette, but also strip Cluedo. So it's kind of up in the air. So you could either die or you could start having sexy times.
I mean, worth the risk, right? Win-win.
Just I don't have to deal with any more of this shit if that's a fucking great game. Let's do this. Okay, I just wanted to tell you about that robbery because it's not often we get the people who are being robbed as naked and the robber is fully clothed.
It's a nice change of pace.
Nice change of pace. Now we're moving on to our next piece of weird news, and that involves another animal, Sean. Now animals, they're normally aggressive, and the most aggressive of all is either a swan or a chicken. And so
absolutely
Alabama,
a swan, first of all.
I know that, but Alabama police search for aggressive chicken attacking people at ATMs. Fuck.
So he's mugging them.
He's... Yes.
Jesus.
There's a chicken who's mugging people at ATMs. This poses so many questions, Sean. Why does he want the money? What do chickens buy? Is that legal tender in their world? We don't know.
Does he owe money to someone?
Actually, that's not legal tender. That's legal chicken tender. Oh fucking hell, boys.
Jesus. Oh,
I'm retiring now. So,
Please do.
police are searching for an aggressive chicken accused of engaging in foul play at an Alabama bank. The Walker Police Department responded to a complaint about the brazen animal on Friday, the agency said in a social media post over the weekend. Witnesses told police the chicken had been spotted at the bank multiple times last week, approaching patrons at the ATM, chasing customers, and even attempting to climb into cars in the drive-thru.
So he's a fearless little chicken.
He's a fearless little chicken, yes.
Okay, well, maybe he wants to be like the new mascot for the bank.
Do you think... So it's not about money, is what you're saying?
Oh no, it's entirely about money. But he needs funds to buy the mascot costume.
Surely, as a chicken, his mascot costume is like a tiger.
Yeah.
Fuck! I could have just arrived in my own clothes, but what can you do? So it's a bit too late now. I've already bought the suit.
Well, look, I'm committed now.
Yeah. Officials said officers responded to the bank within a few minutes of the call, but found the pesky poultry had already escaped again. The suspect remains on the loose, and police advised residents to avoid confronting the animal and instead call for help, which I don't know if that's great advice.
No, like literally shout for help.
Which I think the chicken would take as confrontation.
If there's one thing we know about this chicken, he doesn't scare easy.
No, he's come back to that bank several times. How often do you have a robbery or a thief attack the same bank multiple times in a week? It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen unless they're really committed to it.
Unless they're really confident that they can get away with it repeatedly. This chicken is thinking, I'm still on the loose. I'm still out there causing havoc, stealing money from these people in these perfectly planned robberies of walking up to the ATM, and I can only assume demanding funds. I don't know.
Pulling a knife on people.
Pulling a penknife in one hand and a nunchuck in the other. That's how it goes down.
A chicken with a nunchuck is... I wouldn't know what to do.
No. You're at the ATM, Sean, and a chicken walks up. I think step one is, oh, look at that cute chicken. And then when he pulls the nunchucks out, you know it's a different ball game.
So, this has happened before.
This has escalated again. Every single time I go to the ATM, why are you here?
What do you want?
I just want to withdraw funds.
I mean, look, I would just probably go to a different ATM than the one the chicken is hounding. There, I said it.
Okay, but that raises the question of, why is the chicken there, Sean? What does he want? You're our animal expert. You got into the mind of Owlman all those years ago, and you were the only one who was able to break it down. But Sean, what does the chicken man want? Is he called Chicken Man? We don't know.
Yeah, he wants revenge.
Revenge for his father.
Yeah, because think about it, Connor. When you buy like a KFC bucket,
yeah,
okay, six pieces original recipe chicken.
Yeah,
you got 2 thighs,
11 spices.
11 spices. Sorry, 8 pieces. Sorry,
yeah.
You got 2 thighs, 2 legs, 4 wings.
Yeah,
that's more than one chicken.
You're fucking right too. And that's 4 wings. You could hold a lot of nunchucks in those wings, up to 4, I would assume.
8 individual chucks.
Individual chucks. Fucking hell.
What? Jeez. Yeah. What's one side of a nunchuck called?
A chuck.
Oh, okay. Fair.
or a nun. But I think a nun is already taken by something else.
Oh yeah, by nuns.
By the big man above.
Like, revenge is the best I can do.
Revenge, and he's robbing these people to get funds, obviously to buy the mascot costume and more nunchucks,
and pay off a hitman.
And a hitman.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, a hitman for whom?
Colonel Sanders.
I'm coming for you, Colonel. I know you're high up in the army, but that doesn't matter. You can't stop my hitman.
I have a man on the inside.
A man on the inside. You know, Mr. Monopoly Man, it's fucking him. It's fucking him.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you see that ad on Twitter?
What ad on Twitter?
Oh no, sorry, this is a random segue, but there was an ad on Twitter. It's like a minute and 30 seconds long. It's all about like female empowerment, and like it's showing all these amazing young women from around the world who like who have invented this great stuff and achieved this great, and it's all like really intense, really serious. And the only caption I had was, "Can you guess what this ad is about?" And for the whole thing, it's like shot perfectly, and it's like, I invented this, and I'm 13, and I've created some way to like filter water so people can drink it everywhere in the world and stuff like that. And at the very end, it just shows a woman walk into the sitting room, and she opens up a package, and it's Mrs. Monopoly. They changed it to Mrs. Monopoly.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry. I think that ad is fucking amazing.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, I think you go all in. Because it's all just like, women can do anything, and now we have your back. And it just shows you want to open in a Monopoly box, and instead of Mr. Monopoly, it's Mrs. Monopoly.
That's fucking... Oh, man. This is... I mean, look. Thank God Mattel fixed that. You know,
fuck.
thank God
I know that was an outrage for many a year.
That was the one. That was what was holding everything back for this entire time.
Is that what the suffragettes were fighting for?
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I think so. They were like, we want equal rights and Monopoly. Have a fucking look at yourselves. I don't like that cover.
No, it's Miss. Is it Ms. or Mrs. Monopoly?
I don't know. It wasn't said. I'm assuming Mrs. just because it's Mrs. Pac-Man, or is it Miss Pac-Man?
It's Ms. Pac-Man.
Oh, it's Miss Pac-Man. Oh, it could be Miss Monopoly.
I mean, look, I'm not putting that on her.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe she is married to Mr. Monopoly, but maybe she's not. Maybe she's still out and being her own woman. That's completely her choice. We are not one to judge. But at the same time, I think it's a weird hill to die on, is what I'd say.
It's an odd one to release.
Now.
Like at the current time.
Global pandemic. Someone at Monopoly was like, fuck, how do we stand out from the crowd here? Right. There's a lot of people, Amazon are doing quite well at the minute. How do we make sure people are buying Monopoly? Because our sales are dropping off.
You don't want to play Monopoly with your family at this time.
No, I think if you have to keep living with them, like if you're playing Monopoly, you want to get out of that house as fast as possible.
Yeah, like there's nowhere to go.
I'm actually quite good at Monopoly.
Are you?
Yeah, no, I think I'm just a psychopath. Though, like, I'm just like willing to bankrupt everyone.
It does, and you're also the same way in Monopoly, yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, this wasn't about Monopoly anyway.
Oh no, I'm just talking about my life.
Also, the main question I had was, have you ever played Monopoly and thought there's a Mr. Monopoly? Or, because everything on the Monopoly board are just items, like there's a car and a thimble, there's not even like male or female like symbols on it.
No, it's just fucking race cars and top hats.
What's your go-to?
I will fight and die for the dog.
Really?
Yeah, but I'll also take the top hat.
I think it's very cliche, but I'm a car man.
You're a car man. You like to zoom around the board.
I would like to go. I like to go zoom, zoom, zoom as I pass go every single time. So what happens is 2 hours in, I'm still going zoom, zoom, zoom. Everybody has already given up, and then I win.
And that's his formula.
just like stop saying zoom, zoom, zoom every go.
Please.
And then when I go to jail, it's you zoom, zoom. You don't get the third zoom. It's not happy. It's not a happy zoom.
You have to be happy if you want to zoom. That's true.
Yeah, well, look, you know me. We're moving on to our next news story. And that is, mother-daughter craving McDonald's build cardboard car to order from drive-through only location.
A great idea. I wonder if it worked, because I've heard of people doing this and it's not worked well.
A mother and her daughter in Belgium were forced to get creative after learning their local McDonald's is only available for drive-through customers, because of obviously lockdowns. Instead of letting this stop them from getting their beloved hamburgers, the mom and daughter duo, who do not have a car, simply got inventive. Natalie Moormans and her 16-year-old daughter Marie travelled the nearly 550 yards from their home in the city of, La Louvière, might be La Louvière, to their local McDonald's in a cardboard car. The fake car idea was originally Natalie's, although Marie soon started to help after getting over her initial embarrassment, which I think there would be quite a lot of embarrassment.
A fair bit of it. 500 and something yards. That's a long way to walk.
Yes, so Natalie and Marie decorated the vehicle with a license plate and notes informing other drivers that they just really wanted McDonald's. We had a bit of trouble taking it out of the house because it was too big for our front door, but once on the road, Once we got onto the open road, other cars honked at us, gave us thumbs up from their windows, and people stopped to take pictures. The odd pair even attracted attention from a police officer. I told the policewoman that I didn't have a car, but that we wanted to get a meal, and I think only then she realised that we were inside a cardboard car and burst out laughing, said the mother. The photos of the car went viral, earning thousands of reposts and comments, mostly from people leaving laughing emojis. Oh wow, that's some great content. Fortunately, the imaginative crew's trip to the drive-thru was a success. They were indeed able to place and receive their order via the drive-thru window.
Yeah, this time, but they're never going to be allowed to do that again.
No, I think if they turn up again, they'll get tasered.
Yeah, because you're just breaking lockdown at that point.
So they created their own car, and if you see it, it's a cardboard box they've just basically ripped up and put like a bonnet and then a roof and two sides on, and then the two of them hid underneath the roof, and they walked up to the drive-thru.
I mean, yeah, it worked. I think it works once. Everyone has a good laugh. Then a load of other people try and do it, and so they have to say no.
It's going to be packed.
Yeah, like it's going to be busier than it ever was.
Fuck, Jesus, we're going to have to open a second drive-thru.
Everyone in the drive-thru now is no longer like in their cars; they're just standing there,
just coughing on each other, just walking along, just standing right beside each other. Just you know how it is. But maybe it'll get more and more inventive, and people will start like putting windshields on their car, maybe wipers. It'll be real good.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Can't wait to see all this ingenuity from cardboard.
Somehow, Sean, I think you're being sarcastic.
Do you think so? Nah, yeah, it wouldn't be like me.
I wouldn't be like you. I wouldn't be like you now. You're not normally smart enough now. You're not normally funny, Sean. Fair play to you.
No. But when I am funny, fucking deadly.
So, we're going to move on, Sean. We're going to move on to our next story, and this is Florida Man.
Florida Man,
he's not big this week, because our last story of the week is not actually from Florida. So, it's a bit of a weird one, but I wanted to go second to end. Is Florida Man jumps into canal to avoid arrest, gets arrested on other side of the canal.
He made a mistake of getting out of the canal.
Once you jump in that canal, you have to live in the canal forever.
We're canal people now, son.
Yes. Cape Coral police arrested a North Fort Myers man after he jumped in a canal, taking off from a traffic stop. Just before 1 a.m. on Tuesday, Sean Gilligan ran a stop sign. An officer tried to pull him over, but Gilligan tried speeding away, which always works, every single time.
Always works.
How many times do you think they ever get away? Because I think it's always in the zeros.
I think... No, actually it is. Yeah, it's the zeros.
Zeros. And then they stop, and then they go on the foot run.
Yeah, and they think, no, this will surely do it.
The car didn't outrun them. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty fast in high school. I think I can do it.
I'm pretty good.
Gilligan made a turn onto a dead-end road, stopped in a driveway, and then ran out of his Jeep, classic, and jumped into a canal to get away from the officer. Gilligan was taken into custody and arrested on the other side of the canal.
Beautiful.
At what point, you're halfway across the canal, like, there's police on both sides, surely. Or
you just
is
see
it like,
them assembling.
or is it a case of like he jumps in one side, he's like the perfect crime, and then he's halfway across and he looks around and there's no police officers on the side he just jumped in because they're all now just walked around to the other side?
Or they drove around because they're not Egypts.
Yeah, no, he's just a really slow swimmer. They've all been waiting there for like 20 minutes.
They're all asleep and he ends up walking scot-free.
He's getting across and they're just like, fucking hell, where is he gone? Oh no, he's struggling. Oh, and does anyone have a lifeboat? Does anybody? It's a strong canal.
Anyone at all?
Anyone at all? Nobody? Okay, that's grand. So investigators could smell a strong odour of alcohol on his breath, Sean. This might surprise you.
Yeah, look, it's troubling times, Connor.
He was transported to a local hospital because he was unresponsive and complained of injuries, which I think those two things don't mix. How can you be both unresponsive and still complaining of injuries?
Just general moans, I suppose. Like, my leg.
But that's responsive, is it not?
No, he wasn't responding to anything. He was just complaining.
No, I'm not talking.
Silent treatment.
My leg is sore, but I'm not talking, just to let you know.
I'm not telling you where.
I ain't saying nothing. Johnny Tailips, who shot you? I ain't saying nothing. What do you want me to tell your mother? Go tell her to go suck a lemon. Okay. Florida man, his getaways, I feel, are getting less elaborate.
They need work, that's true.
Like, has jumping into any sort of liquid area ever worked out well for any criminals trying to get away?
No, they think they can jump over it in one fell swoop and that's it.
Yeah. Unless you jump into the sea, I don't think jumping into water has ever helped anyone, because you can't outswim them when they're on land, because they could just like walk along beside you.
Yeah, like that's how land and liquid differ.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, like, has anyone ever, like, Michael Phelps, I don't think would get away from the police if he jumped into water.
No, I'd like it because they can tell very clearly where he's going.
There's a lot of splashing going on over there. I'm assuming he's over there.
I'm assuming that's the lad in the water.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to finish off Weird News Wednesday this week, Sean, with a woman arrested after calling cops to report a fire in her crotch.
Oh. Okay. Was it an actual fire?
Only you can stop for it, though. An Ohio woman was placed under arrest after reportedly calling 911 to ask for help extinguishing a fire in her crotch.
Right. Okay.
Katrina Morgan, 50, called the cops in Port Clinton at about 10 p.m. on Saturday to allegedly falsely report her downstairs area was ablaze.
And they were like, "Oh, like your front door and your sitting room." No.
No, that's not what I'm saying to you, officer. How can I put this in simpler terms? So, Morgan asked the cops if the fire department's hose is working and said, I need somebody to come put it out with their hose, according to the outlet.
Oh no.
Is your head in your hands?
Yeah, it actually is. Was there drink involved in this?
See now, that's interesting, because police arrived to find Morgan at her friend's home where she and others had been drinking, residents told the officers.
So this was don't you know what would be funny is if you called and said this?
Yeah. Well, you think that. So cops moved to arrest Morgan for false reports and disrupting police operations, according to the newspapers. Morgan became agitated and yelled at the officers as she resisted arrest, claiming that it wasn't her and that she had been framed.
Look, there's no fire anywhere.
Why would anybody here ring you about a fire when there's no fire? Like, Don't be silly.
That's illegal, officer.
Yeah, I'm not silly. Only relenting when an officer threatened her with a stun gun and then admitting that she did in fact make the call.
Alright, that's a bit of an odd... It's like, I'll stun gun you.
You know what, you're dead right. That actually, stun guns, they would actually cause some fire. Don't release them here, because that would be very unsafe.
That would be bad, we shouldn't do that. Lot of paper.
Morgan faces charges of disrupting public services, making false alarms, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct, according to the police department. Her friends, during police questioning, denied ever seeing Morgan on the phone.
They didn't see her, but they might have heard her.
I think this is a case of them absolutely just selling her out.
Yeah, and they're just like, no help from us.
You think there's a group of friends there that they're not all like just daring each other to do some random shit, and she just went into the opposite room and not for a laugh called the police about this. Absolutely, she called them while everybody was looking at her and they were all just silent, like smiling.
Yeah, they all thought it was a great idea, and that a handsome firefighter had come along.
And she had to, obviously, I mean, she was ablaze, Sean. Ablaze.
Yeah, that's
that word is amazing.
Ablaze. And look, it didn't work this time.
No.
But who's to say what'll happen in the future?
You keep calling them in, eventually a fireman's going to turn up.
Yeah, but there's other services you can ring for that.
The police? A gigolo of some kind?
That would be my guess, yeah.
They're the first two called. They're both on my speed dial. I think, what was she trying to achieve? Did she actually think a police officer was going to turn up, or a fireman and be like, fuck, there's a fire, like full uniform, ready to go with the hose?
But surely that's a team of them. And then, like, and then they show up and they look for fire.
Yeah, where's the fire? Everyone down! Quick,
Also,
out!
What's this crack about a gathering of her and 4 friends in the one house?
You know what? I never even thought of that, Sean. But this woman's breaking rules. All over the place.
Breaking all kinds of rules.
All kind of rules. Fucking hell. I think that's it for this week's Weird News, Sean.
Well, if we've learned anything from this week, stay away from chickens. Drink all the wine you can. And don't call the fire department saying certain bits of you are on fire.
Any bits of you. Unless they are literally on fire.
Then call someone.
The Ghostbusters, maybe.
I can't stress this enough. Call the Ghostbusters.
If you're on fire, call the Ghostbusters.
Because they ain't afraid of no ghosts, so they must be pretty good at fires.
Ghosts and fires are the same. So, Sean, do you want to take us out, please?
Yes, thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We'll be back on Monday. That
doesn't seem very... Nope. I mean, is English your first language, or what's the story?
Look, I speak many languages about halfway. We'll be back on Friday with Hero Zero, Monday with Movie Mondays, and next Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday. Big thank you to all of our patrons who support us over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/ShearsForHire podcast, or there's a link in the description. You can support us over there. That'll be really nice of you. Thank you to everyone that does. But the best way you can support the show is by liking and reviewing us on iTunes, or telling one human being that we exist.
Just the one.
Just the one. We're on every social media under the sun. They're all in the description if you'd like to follow us there.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for listening.
And so I've been Ciara Lawler.
I've been Sean Lee.
We'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.